Feasgar Maggie Aggie Liddell. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our fourth virtual Taynuilt Ceilidh. Once again, it is lovely to be with you. My name is Joy Dunlop, and I will be your Bain and Teha for the night. We are thrilled to be back with another fabulous audience. As always, we'd love to hear who you are, where you're listening from. So leave us a message. Don't be shy. Say hello to people. If you want to say anything to any of our guests, you are more than welcome. Once again, we have a fabulous programme of musicians from across the country. Definitely a good Argyll flavour though this week, and we are kicking off with one of the best, heading down the road to Inverary. And for our first performance tonight, give a huge warm Taynuilt Ceilidh welcome to Pipe Major Stuart Liddle. Fabulous piping, kicking off our Taynuilt Ceilidh. And the great thing about doing this virtually is I get a chance to have a wee chat to people that I don't normally. So, Stuart, it looks like the sun is shining there as always in Inverary.
It's joy, always.
Yeah. And I'll get you to come a wee bit closer to me because when you're talking, you're not quite as loud as the bagpipes. So, obviously, been a very weird year, and as a result, we're turning everything online. Bagpipes has been very similar to singing in that not a lot that you can do in person. How have things translated for you?
Well, thankfully, they're still teaching in the schools via the electronic chanter.
Oh, great.
So with the advent of that, there's a lot of different types out there. So we've managed to grab a few, and the kids are still learning. Yes, and of course online, lots of virtual concerts and still a lot of teaching online as well. So yeah, it's been okay, but can't beat the real thing, of course.
Yeah. And you were competing recently, weren't you though, recently? I'm sure I saw a bit of success recently.
Yeah. The Glenfiddich in October.
Well, yes. I'm counting that as recently.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, thankfully that was actually live without an audience just before we locked up again. But yeah, I was very lucky to be the winner of that contest. Yep.
And obviously anything that you win, everybody in Argyll shares and basks in your glory for all of us. We're going to take that. So we're really, really chuffed to have you with us again. Obviously a staple of our Taynuilt Ceilidhs. Will you give us another set right now?
I'll be very honoured to, yes. Maybe a couple of hornpipes or something. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Fabulous set of hornpipes there from Stuart Liddle. And we're going to get Stuart back in a wee bit with some music. But I don't know about everybody listening at home, but that has definitely got me in the mood for a Ceilidh. I can't stand still. My feet are going. I'm dancing around here. Fantastic piping, and lovely to see the comments coming in. Do let us know where you're listening from. I'm seeing we've got Duncan Christie listening in Newcastle, Morag McNeil, looking forward to the Ceilidh again, Rosemary McCall, great set there Stuart, and if anybody knows, it's Rosemary. So do keep giving me your comments and we'll try and go through as many as you can. So as I was saying, it's definitely a mixture of performances that we've got tonight. We have some local performances, but also some from a bit further away, but we are staying on our Argyll home turf for our next performer. Now, if I say the name Sileas Sinclair in Argyll, I definitely don't need to give it an introduction. Fabulous box player, accordion player. She sings, she arranges music, she conducts the Oban Gaelic Choir, who slayed the mod on so many occasions, and we're so lucky to have her here, not only because she's great, but also she comes from Connell, so that shows that she has great pedigree, and we're really going to make Sileas work for her virtual pennies tonight, as we're going to have her on the box, on the piano, and singing some songs, and she's got such a beautiful voice. It's great to have her. So, how are things in Bonnie Argyll, Sileas?
Oh, bonny as always, Joy. Yeah. Bonny as always. Sun is shining for once.
And you're in North Connell?
I am, yes. Yeah, I've emigrated.
Yeah, looking over on God's country.
Yes, that's it.
So obviously, I feel like when we're talking to everybody, it's the same, very similar things that you're saying to everyone, as it has been a difficult year for musicians, but you haven't been quiet.
No, I've just continued teaching online, and the choir has kept going online or on Zoom. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just between all my pupils and choir, and then a few other, lucky enough to get a few other projects and teaching for fashion online as well. So yeah, it's been all go.
Yeah, and the online choir experience is an interesting one.
Yes, well, you know yourself. Well, they tell me they're all doing their parts perfectly, so I believe them. Can't hear them.
That's the both the great and the terrifying thing. Spoken enthusiastically singing along at home, and you have no idea what's being performed.
But I just believe that they're all singing perfectly, and I've got them singing perfectly in my head, so it's all good.
According to any chorus I've spoken to, it's the best they've ever sounded.
Yes. Indeed.
So we're really chuffed to have you here tonight. We'll get you playing some tunes in a wee bit, but to give us some songs first.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking me to sing. It's a kind of newish venture. I used to sing a lot when I was younger, but it's kind of, I'm come back to it, so it's new to me now.
Oh no.
So I'm going to be a dul a hain oran a Lewis Mila Mullin Ed Mulloon.
A beautiful song. It's one of my favourites, Míle Múlin, and gorgeous playing and singing there. And I can't believe, and in so many ways, it's you coming back to singing, because you've got such a gorgeous voice and it doesn't sound like you've ever stopped.
Well, I've been singing, obviously with taking the choir, you sing a lot to the choir members. I've just not done it a lot in public. I've started in the last couple of years, well, before COVID, before we were at home working and things, I started just doing occasional, when the choir were singing somewhere, I might sing a solo. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good. Yeah.
And that is the thing. People think as a conductor often, you do so many songs with the choir, you'll know all the words, but you know different parts of every song. So you'll know the bass line for verse 2 and the tenor for verse 3.
I know all the words, just not always in the right order.
Yeah. So what have Oban Choir been doing to keep themselves busy? Because I have seen quite a lot online from you guys.
Yeah, we've been, we did a project last year, at the end of last year. We did a song called Fórak a Fórak, and it was a lullaby that Rachel Walker had put music to in one of our concerts that I was playing in, so I stole it. I asked her permission, of course, but and arranged it with the choir, and we did a lockdown online project where they all recorded themselves on their phones and sent me their videos, and then I put them together and we made a choral video out of it. So that was fun. It was good.
Oh,
it was a big learning curve. Learning how to do all the video work and things, but it was good.
Yeah, and I saw it premiere. It was one of these wonderful things where I put my phone on just at the right time when it was coming on, and it was really emotional actually, seeing it all coming together and people performing and it all just working so beautifully. It was lovely.
Yeah, I think the choir, it was a bit daunting at first for them to record singing by themselves, but because they're used to having their friends around them and singing all the harmonies together. So for them to record themselves was quite daunting. But they all stepped up to it and they all did it, and it was great. It was really good.
Yeah. And I'm sure that when they do come back together eventually, actually everybody is going to have that wee bit more confidence. They've managed to do it on their own.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they've been singing their parts against me singing other parts on Zoom and practicing that way. So yeah, hopefully they will.
It'll be great. So, what about another song whilst you're here?
Okay, do you know, I forgot to take my headphones off when I was singing that. I could hardly hear my piano.
This is the wonder when you try and do anything online, you suddenly realise you have far too many cables and bits of technology.
I know. I'm going to play the box for this one. It's Braiuike. Take this off.
Oren Alden Gareedav in Shin. So beautiful singing from Sileas, and don't worry, we're going to hear from Sileas. Are leaving their comments, lots of comments, so I'll try and get through them as many of them as I can. So we have Christine Johnson watching in Lochgilphead and James Bremner also in Lochgilphead. My Aunt Ilse, she's listening in. We've got Colin Fisher from Skelmerley. Who else have we got? Rona Partridge, Alexandra Clark, Etta Shaw, lots of people here. I can't keep up with all the messages. There are so many of them. Moira Robertson Thompson listening in. David Crawford in Cheshire. Far away. Oh, and lovely Freddie. We've got Freddie McKenzie saying lovely Sileas, singing from Sileas there. Enter for the gold. I agree, Freddie. I think you're right. So I'll keep trying as much as I can to get through your comments. Lots of people there, and apologies if I miss any of them. Kaini have cúideach ma se begéri taiche chur ganna célian futar eriget a churricane Erline agus heit sin a chur a Yunsi célian ila. So just a wee reminder that if anybody does want to donate to the Gailey, we're very fancy now. We do PayPal online, and we will happily take any donations to ensure that we can carry on doing the Cayleys. But we're going to carry on with the music in a wee minute and head back down to Inverary for the wonder of some more live singing and dancing. But whilst Yeah, whilst we do that, whilst we wait for Inveraray to come on the line, I'm just going to get a couple more wee comments in because I think I've got time there. I'm seeing Davy Patterson coming in, Linda McKinnon in Kilmelford, we've got Rhoda McMillan, hundreds of people listening, enjoying the music. So yeah, do keep leaving your comments and letting us know where you are. So Inveraray, I think I can see in front of me by the wonder of the internet, we have Taynuilt Ceilidh staples, Jake and Aggie, and I'm thrilled that you guys are able to join us with a wee bit of music on the Miffy and on the keyboards. So how about we just give it a go? Tell us what you're doing and get those toes tapping.
Oh, well, it's just we'll give a couple of tunes here. 268, the Tayside Piper Society, and John Mackenzie's Farewell to Smith Class. At least that's what it's meant to be.
Oh, fantastic stuff there. And I know you were a wee bit worried coming in, taking part in this virtual, Caleb. Look how easy it is. The virtual crowds are going wild. People are loving the music.
Oh, well.
They really are, I promise. Argyll folk are not used to taking compliments, so you're just going to have to trust me when I tell you they are. And I'm seeing we've got a few people saying that they're listening to you. So just to let you know, obviously, Mum, your biggest fan ever. She's listening. But we've got Margaret Clement saying hello to you, Alexandra Clark, Helen Pearson and Oban. Lots of folk enjoying the music. And I never know how anybody can play the mouth organ like that. Enough that makes me want to get up and dance. And it's obvious that the two of you have been playing together for a while now. When did you start performing as a Taynuilt Ceilidh duo or beforehand?
Well, it's no. Well, I've known Aggie all my life, but no, it'd only been later on, and they used to come over to the accordion and fiddle clubs. Started to give a wee tune at that. That would be when we kind of just did just a tune or two at the accordion and fiddle clubs, maybe about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, and it sounds just as fresh now after a year or so in lockdown as it did the last time I heard. It's wonderful. Will you give us some more music, please?
Aye, well, we'll give it a try. Hey, try Mrs. MacLeod or Lassie and Jock Wilson's Ball and Inver Lassie, so we'll see how that goes.
Fantastic. Wonderful music, a good West Coast swing from Agnes Liddell and Jake Mackay. And we're going to get them both back in a wee bit, but we'll carry on with a wee bit more singing. And these Torgun Fakal. Just to say hello to a couple of people, we've got Helen Watt saying she's somewhere on the road between Cree and Larry Drum, listening on the car radio heading for Taynuilt. I don't know what else you would want on a Saturday night whilst driving than be listening to the Taynuilt Ceilidh. Lots of people saying hello. Now, I did see somebody who said they were coming in from Belgium. I think it might have been Andrew Tramer. Apologies if not. I got a wee bit lost trying to keep up on all the comments that are coming in. Hello to Catherine Callender that's listening, Janet McFarlane, Grant's auntie who we had in with Grant on our first Ceilidh. Lots of people saying hello. If I missed you, apologies as always. Izzy Valentine, Alexandra Clark, Martin Wilson as well from Oban. Wee bit late but has made it. Sandy Brody, Duncan McMaster, Einan Duncan from Feasgar listening, Katrina MacArthur listening in Aberdeen. Loads of people, and as I said, I'll keep saying hello as we go through. Nisha man fan gra harshin ha chavor gyfel yn ceili ac yn da le yn Cheach yn sio. Meintir irigel agus na liosi agus gydiref san a lios ashin a dol yn dras the hain. So we've kind of gotten our Gael versus Lewis Ceilidh tonight, accidentally, but as people in our Gael, we're very welcoming. We'll let in in an Islander or two. And we're very chuffed to have the wonderful Calum Alec MacMillan here for us. Fantastic singer who, as we know, has won both the gold and the traditional medals at the Mod. Great piper and just all-round wonderful person that we love having at the Ceilidh. So it's really nice to have him. Ha gyman iorach brin ut an yn björlach Calum Alec, so can we hello ut yn Gaelic yn dosiach?
Feasgar joy has him.
Cymru a haw, Harwich.
A mysio gymad doi o'r llun. Ys jay gwyth y fi gymafolach mwr ffwn hami yn magoi glan.
So Ceilidh yn hyn o'n siafw ars volbog version.
Sinna fed.
And as we've been saying to everybody, obviously, it's been a very difficult year in lockdown, but you've been kept really, really busy.
Absolutely, yes. It's funny, I was just saying that to someone yesterday. Although it's been the strangest year, it's been one of the quickest years as well. As ever, you don't know whether you're coming or going most of the time, but absolutely, it's been certainly busy in terms of work with Feasgar Gael. In terms of singing, not so much singing going on, unless just the opportunities we get with Ceilidhs like this, and it's absolutely great to be able to come together like this in an online community.
Yeah, and it does feel actually like you're interacting with people, you're seeing people. Obviously, it's not the same as being there in real life, but it's not a bad second choice, really.
Absolutely, and even you're saying tonight, all the people who are joining us from far-flung corners of the world, and that's the thing, we're able to engage with an international audience, and for that, and I'm sure they're enjoying it too, the opportunity. They wouldn't be able to come to Taynuilt Ceilidh, but they can join in online.
They are here now. I guess
that's it. Yeah.
What was nog gyfil o call the rain? Each gain bicken min hiet oren how the legal and all.
Well, I'm dogal oren Ceilidh in rast coyu hooking found Malana nagus Noren show be beschuile jol gescholen gemacht kommt da nach von mir in klar mi jere gerein mi war mit ultra schön klar nagus han mit taschen ihre fer show an machgelien shining orange or scored in glance so it's a well-known Ceilidh song called You Hooking from Milan, and I learned from an old reel tape. Yeah, from here. Orohi magel gruakoch gari kegen hirnam furjan ach na mek du noch nim Chape grömen veger mare Kojuhokin faun molanan Aunskachatsen rik mi kalde Kojuhokin faun molanan Hatogruen marne rosen Gases sounds of vacker voik Biletanis jita kunert Hat of folk shir wasne mjale Kojuhokin faun malanan Atolus marel exale Iris ryschnes tuchen arte Strugel och nach mi vallife Rinina kvannem lahul mjale Kojuhokin faun malanan Niminischen raunig unig Satellam geroyan unje Guserek minen uig Farnig ag miruning halin Kojuhokin faun molanan Aunskachatsen rik mi kalde Kojuhokin faun molanan.
capar áan aldaí sin. Agus ádan stoch na chléine chears go trí gan in réal. In ádan luas se hán.
Can je me gleich eentje kwasa ha toch nieuws kutje geen kwasa na de zo'n ádan Russian jolig aan mijn kindje geer zo zeg zo'n van de glarig de galan hesamach go harder om komboer van meer zo'n Fiacha hier kan je agus ha ma vi séinnig céli agus sem doscrú dunne ga hokallik an hei kujoch.
Wat be feiche gra me hín Sileas agus Josie ciú ar a screenshot stoch na chaich dúne an taise ach an trú raciide ciú.
Sin ma.
Agus, obviously you work for Phasian and Gale and they've done a power of work this year turning Phasian online and trying to ensure that there are opportunities throughout the years, but this must have been a real challenge for you all.
Absolutely. I mean, when this all kind of kicked in to begin with, you didn't know how long it was going to go on for, but we had to move swiftly. You don't want children to be missing out on opportunities, and it was really important that they had I guess an outlet, and music's so important for many reasons, and so became very quickly acquainted with Zoom and all sorts of platforms to deliver that, and I mean it's not the same as being able to come together, but it was we're so grateful we had that. I mean, if this had been 15, 20 years, or maybe even 10 years ago, we wouldn't have been so advanced to be able to do the kind of things we've been able to do. So for that we're very grateful. But it's been wonderful, and we're talking about online community tonight, and the children have had that opportunity as well through some group lessons. They're meeting children right across the country, speaking Gaelic and making new friends, and it's been quite amazing really, and it's worked well. Many things we've learned, and we do hope we get back to something more normal soon, but there's certainly a lot of things we do will be keeping going online.
Definitely. Yeah, and until we can come back in person, I'm sure the Taynuilt Ceilidhs will be going strong online if poor Simon doesn't have a heart attack before then. Dus Calum Alec, zullen gafu oor in die gain.
Ja, fiach meer van gaak mi smolater inis. Von gaak mi smolater Stuliga stoyemi elur vatur kulyenishin she chalok yapiter von yakumi smolataram smishevakutushoch kurkuli ferenerin valaike torositocholoch stesolish kapulerin von yakumi smolataram Giresteire gare post bevashok unatechech sheravayanat gruyen vapureg mojetvar von yakumi smolataram Chapenetos torash egagni komor natjeost achuiloch boyoch skumhos in yurachile von yakumi smolataram Chapener Sileas mochu Chiavakil Hoklea, no Shiapan Naunich, Nyong Huan Shirlekich, von Akumis Molataram. Skete Kushna Manamse, Neva Karakitik Sershimas, Kaviarlam Shuna Chalistir, Skachali Nyera Nyelyi, Funga Kumis Molataram, Stulika Stoyemi, Alur Vatul Kulyanixin, Shechalo Peter, Funga Kumis Molataram.
Or an Alvin Yulas, Hosnock Gainia, Calum Taynuilt, or Fear or in a St. John North of Lincoln, Kiat Mila thank you to Calum Alec. I guess Immer dachten je haast the facal Viamochen, I guess I shouldn't Hosnock Eichkin. So many people still saying hello, and it's lovely to see that. Do keep the chat going. Just to pick out a few folk that I think I missed earlier on, we've got Calum Wynn coming in, Kaylee King himself, Jimmy Cameron listening in for William, Martin Wilson, Seamus Gallagher, Stella McIver listening in, James Bremner. Who have anybody else I've missed? I'm sure there's a few other folk. Kat Tapalev Ula, our son, if he called the rain. Thank you all again to be with us. So we're going to go back to the music now. And as I said, we're working Sileas as hard as we can tonight. I see her with the box there. And this time we're going to get some tunes to get our house, Kaylee living room dancing set going. Sileas, what are you going to give us this time?
Well, I have a confession to make. I promised Simon I would do a Strathspey for World Strathspey Day yesterday, and I completely forgot to put it up. So I'm going to do some Strathspeys for Simon. So
Argyle time.
Yeah, but a Percival set for a wee skittish. So if anyone fancies a wee dance, then take your partners for a skittish.
great set of Strasbees there, and I think that more than makes up for being slightly late for World Play a Strasbee Day. And I'm just seeing in the comments, my brother Andrew's listening in Leeds, and he's saying, Sileas, he tried to do a one-man scootish around the living room. So if that tells you what COVID has done to a person.
Excellent. Good. I'm missing the dancing.
I am really missing the dancing. I think there's something about just getting up there, burling round the dance floor, flinging partners here, there and everywhere that, I mean, there's nothing like a strip the willow for making you feel alive.
Yeah, well, that's true. Maybe not by the end of it, but...
So have you found, because obviously, I mean, weddings are cancelled, live gigs are cancelled, the dance band side of it has been quite quiet. Have you found that people have gone back to maybe learning online, and that particularly box playing, the teaching has gone up because of that?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of musicians that were full-time touring have been able to take on lots of pupils, and there's been lots of people learning instruments and things as well. I was already quite full with a lot of people's teaching anyway, so I'm lucky they all just went online straight away with me. So
it's actually been, I guess, the one good thing with the embracing of Zoom and all this technology is that we are able to continue, and some instruments are obviously better than others, but it's amazing how well you're able to actually teach over likes of Zoom.
Yeah, I definitely find the accordion's easier in terms of I just sit here and they can see everything I do, and I can see everything they do. Piano is a bit more tricky. I've got a camera over my hands, so you can see my hands, but they obviously I can't expect them to have 6 gadgets around them, so seeing their hands on the piano is a bit harder. So my ears definitely been worked hard this year.
Yes, because you can't see what they're doing. You're having to trust that you can hear it.
Yeah, it's hard for them to get an angle where you can see what their hands are doing. But it's been great, and they've been great. They've been coming on every week. So.
Oh, lovely. Well, I think you'll have to give us another set of tunes, because now we're in the dancing mood. We're desperate for more.
I'll do a wee set for a Gay Gordons this time, so a wee 4/4 and a 6/8 or 2. Here we go.
playing there from Sileas Sinclair, and lots of people loving the music. Marianne Campbell and James Bremner saying they're enjoying the tunes. I've seen a few folk getting their dance cards filled up actually in the chats. Who knew? This is cyber dating at the Taynuilt Ceilidh. I guess hasn't uafsachtálaiste go bhfuil sibh códaring an nach tapla bhír thula duine ha coitar seo agus a dhís cúba bit of lísna beachcin ha uafsach snock clean sheen vuav. So do keep going with all your comments. It's lovely to see them. I guess una sinnatar Irakel akin mustashi she the is conclusion van hula dunya. I guess she Josie ni gunnachi chioka ilan loish a hanish a furachan and glasachu. So we've got one more singer before we do it all again Taynuilt Ceilidh style, and it's really lovely to welcome Josie Duncan to the Taynuilt Ceilidh. I'm sure many people will know Josie, particularly if you've been a mod person. You'll have seen her coming through the ranks. A beautiful singer from Lewis who's now based in Glasgow. And I think, Josie, although we've all been kind of stuck in lockdown for the last while, I haven't seen you in person for...
I know, it's been a long time.
How are you keeping?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. And Josie, you're definitely one of the people that as soon as we went into lockdown, I was so impressed that you embraced the technology and you went for it on the music side, which as a singer actually can be quite daunting.
Oh, cheers. I was I was so excited about it all coming back to Glasgow after being away for a while and getting the song session going. But of course, I wasn't able to do that, so we went virtual right away.
And quite often, I remember early on in lockdown, you were getting lots of different singers to do wee recordings and putting them together. So it was kind of like having a virtual sing-along, virtual Ceilidh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, the power of the internet.
It is, definitely. And you've been really busy, actually. I mean, I feel like I'm saying the same thing to everybody. Nobody's actually been quiet. But tell us a wee bit about the different projects that you've been up to.
I definitely feel very lucky to have been busy. I was over in Galway for 6 weeks working on a collaboration with some Irish artists, and we put on a show together. So there was dancers and actors and singing and all sorts from everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And particularly in lockdown, when it was such an odd time, it was amazing to see that actually they managed over there to make a project like that happen.
Yeah, and the timing was perfect because the week after I was away, they were into heavy lockdown again. So it was perfect timing. It was almost as if they planned it.
Yeah. Oh, great. Oh, well, we're really thrilled to have you here at Taynuilt Ceilidh. Thank you so much. What are you going to sing for us this time?
Actually, I'm going to sing a song that I did when I was over in Ireland as well, and I'm sure that you'll know this one. Nach Truag let me Stuniedin.
Oh, beautiful song. Nach Truag let me Stuniedin. A good Sky one there.
Oh, yeah. Magic. So feel free to sing along if you know the chorus. Na hu o hi, na hu o. Nach droog laat me steunen, zo'n herje droog. Rifer a tafen yedi na huohi na huoho uoila na huohi na huoho nach trwag lag mi styrnedi.
Oren Alden Garida Vision, Rainy, Katrina Goulas is in Ilanskianach. And Josie, we had Catherine Tinney on at our last Kaylee, and Catherine and I are members of the Catherine Douglas fan club. We love her singing, so it's always nice to hear somebody else appreciating her her songs. I always think she's an underrated Sky Bard.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll join you there.
Lovely. And we were talking about obviously being busy through lockdown. January, before we kind of went into it, you had been so busy with Celtic Connections and with everything else, making lots of new music. Did you manage to do anything with that? Or was it one of these ones, like so many of us, you just had to park it and wait and see what happens?
Is this the Celtic Connections just passed?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we're hoping to meet up again very soon, but we're not sure now that things have changed for next week. We're hoping to meet up next week actually, so lovely. We'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed though that we'll be able to do some recording soon.
Yeah, because your New Voices commission was quite different actually from the traditional Gaelic style in that it was really poppy English music. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was totally different, 100%.
And what was it that made you decide to take a slightly different track for that?
I've actually, in my own writing, it's always been more of that style of like the singer-songwriter-y style, even though I love traditional song. So because it was a commission of all my own things, that's just how it ended up going, and with the musicians that I had to play along with me as well, who were all very much in the jazz world as well. Yeah,
it was fantastic. And I think that actually that was the one lovely thing about Celtic Connections totally being online. I feel like I watched more this year than maybe I would normally, and I cried when it opened with the Pipers, and I cried at so many other concerts as we went through, because actually it just showed you the wealth of the talent out there, and it was lovely to see that, and just to hear all the different possibilities actually that still were I guess capable of being performed.
Yeah, and having a ticket for the whole festival meant you could take a risk and try something new, and I think the audience sizes being online were actually much bigger in a way.
Yeah. And did you find you got a lot of feedback compared to normal?
Yeah, for sure. I think you benefit from that very thing, like because people they've got the whole festival ticket. People who wouldn't have otherwise come and seen your show, hadn't heard who you are, ended up at all of the shows, so they would come and hear you for the first time. So it worked out really nicely in that way.
Oh, well, I look forward to hearing the recorded version at some time.
Thank you.
But before we go to some pop music, how about you give us another song?
Absolutely, yeah. I'm gonna sing a wee song that I got from Ishbloti, and again, I would love it if people would sing along at home. This is Himi Himi Fata Vuam. Himi Himi Fata Vuam, e ho ia uio. Himi nabje sandatua, e ho iriu. Harilin ho horo, e ho ia uio. Himi nabje sandatua, e ho ia uio. Himi mulen nam jan fuer, e ho iliu. Harilin ho horo, e ho ia uio. Shemo hishten gilje kon, e ho ia uio. Strikke limonade på, e ho iliu. Harilin ho horo, e ho e ho ilin you, ilin ho ho, e ho yo. Shemo Christian Gilead down, e ho yo. Lachige waren en traum, e ho ilin you, ilin ho e ho yo. Strikken limonade gå, e ho yo. Nam vi kunna dreigen grå, e ho ilin ho e ho yo. Ilin ho e ho yo.
Oh, tackle it, Josie. Da o'r yn bri a gyddydd fysyn fo Josie. Agus clein sy'n barach feipe an y nŵn nach bi fatte. Agus ydych torgyn y facal gŵdach gen agus uafasach snog sy'n clein sy'n agus eichgyn. So lots of comments coming in, people enjoying the music, and do keep the commenting coming on. To say hello to Margaret and Peter Stewart, Kat McLennan, Stella McIver, Christine Hunter, again, seen people, Rhoda, still enjoying the music, which is lovely, Alexandra. Some people seem they're having issues with the PayPal link, so we're going to have a wee look and see if we can make sure that it's definitely the right one. I think it is, but leave that with us and we will have a wee nosy. Nisha Harston, we're pretty much ready to start at the start again. Do it all again. And I can see Stuart Liddle is sneaking in, I think, from the side there. It's with the bagpipes, but he managed quite well. And lots of folk loving the tunes the last time, Stuart. So what are you going to give us to kick off the second half?
Right. I'm going to do, well, if you want to grab your partners for the Canadian barn dance, I'll play a couple of 2/4 marches, starting with Carradale Bay and Father John McMillan of Barra.
Excellent.
Right.
As you've been warned, Akarshan. Take your partners. Get dancing. that definitely got us dancing here. I mean, it's the wonderful thing when I'm doing this is I can see everybody that's on the screen. And Sileas, Calum Alec, Josie, we were all bopping around there having a great time. So thank you, Stuart. Now, Stuart, obviously with Gaelic choirs, we can't sing at all at the moment, but I'm guessing pipe bands are pretty much in the same situation.
Aye, I mean, we do meet socially online, but in terms of the band's been hibernating since, well, over a year now. So we're hoping maybe to get together sometime in the summer, just to get together, socialise, we have a wee tune just to ease back into it.
Yeah. And you know, piping is so regimented. I mean, you hear the pipe band championships, you know, everything is so perfect that it must be quite daunting actually to have taken so much time off.
To be honest, I have no idea what I'll be meeting. So but you know, we built it up to that, so we can build it again, and you know, we'll see what we have. We'll make it work.
And at least everybody's in the same boat.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely indeed. Yes.
And if you were,
sorry,
no, keep going, please.
Just say it'll be really nice to get back together and have an actual tune live. You know, so looking forward to that.
Definitely, and I mean, if any pipe band can bounce back from this, Inverary can.
I hope so. Let's see. So I'm going to play one more tune. If that's okay. A couple of tunes. A slow air called An Arterachard, if I said that right. Sorry. And the Mason's Apron. Mason's Apron used to be a traditional two-parted reel. It's now a 10,000 part hornpipe with lots of finger gymnastics in it. So anyway, thanks very much for having me, and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you. world-class talent coming to the Taynuilt Ceilidh, and Stuart is always great at supporting endeavours. So I look forward to hearing him in person. Actually, fun fact for people, Stuart has got a beautiful singing voice, and I've been on him for years to get him to sing in a choir. I'm seeing Sileas also nodding her head here, so I think she's probably in the same. So you never know, if it takes a wee while for the pipe bands to come back, maybe we'll be able to get him into a choir eventually. Ciat míle taigút, Stuart. Thank you so much for that. And obviously, everybody at home loving it as much as I am. Just very quickly, few folk that are saying that they're enjoying it. Obviously, Mum, but also Peter Stewart, Rhoda Partridge, Rhoda McMillan. We're seeing all the piping families coming in now. Mary Renton, Helen McSkimming, Christine Johnston, Margaret Clement. Lots of folk enjoying the piping. It's hard to beat a good set on the pipes, I think. Nisha Chili Sheen gan Choin, agus Irimir Sileas Sinclair and Drasser and Oren Nuga Ila Horse again. So we're going to go back to the singing now and see if we can get Sileas back to give us a couple of songs. Now you've done 2, you're feeling like you're pretty much a Taynuilt Ceilidh professional now, Sileas.
Yeah, I'm glad I got the first 2 out the way. That's good. The nerves are settled.
And it's not the same virtually, because normally you would have had your pancake and your scone, a wee cup of tea, and you'd be feeling ready to go. But unfortunately, you have to provide that yourselves. But what are you going to sing for us next then?
I'm going to sing a wee song called Metal Metal Macay Aggie Liddell, and it's a song from up Ardnamurchan way, and it's, some people think that maybe Alistair MacLeish or Alistair wrote it, but it's not certain, not sure. So that's it. Metal, metal, mach ich gelein, tjogelige agus chanai, rovano, iridio, ovan, iridiele, rovan.
Oren Bria Eilish and Vahilas. And I think the first time I heard that song was the Margie Kennedy Fraser collection version, which is maybe a wee bit more flowery with accompaniments. It's beautiful, actually, just to hear it sung unaccompanied on its own. It's a gorgeous song.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really like it. It's lovely. And it's not got too many words to remember.
Yeah.
But no, it's a really lovely song. It's good.
Okay. So obviously things are starting to loosen up a wee bit, but still a lot of uncertainty to come. But as we've been saying all along, I mean, you are so busy. Tell us about some of the exciting things that you're up to.
Well, I've excitingly got my first gig coming up over in Jura. The Jura Music Festival are doing an online festival, but they're getting the musicians to go over to record over there. So I'm getting to go over with Archie McAllister this Friday coming. So it was amazing just getting to rehearse with Archie again and just to play live. It's great. Although I have to say I'm very lucky with my family, because my family, lots of them play music. So I have been playing live with my nephew just over the last wee while. So it's been tunes in the garden.
Oh, lovely. And I actually think that is the best thing about living in a wee place, is that when people practice in the garden, you can hear it. And I know when Emma, is Emma your niece?
My cousin's daughter, yeah.
So we used to be able to hear when she went out to practice the pipes in Connell, and it was wonderful. You could just hear the noise coming up the hill. So it's great for you guys to get to play together, but also it's even better for the rest of us to get to listen.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you so much for coming and singing. I know you say it's quite new, but everybody is loving the songs, and you have such a beautiful voice. It's great that you're really embracing that again. So please do give us another song.
I will do, thank you. This one is it's a lullaby with a kind of sad story to it, but it's Gurmilish Morag. And I'm sure lots of people know the story, but the singer's singing the lullaby to her baby, telling the story of how her husband had gone off to war and had been presumed dead, and then was gone away for a long time, and she met somebody else and got married, and then the husband actually had been alive but just couldn't be in contact and came home. So it's all about the dilemma of what to do when he came home. So this is Gurmilish Morag. Gurmilish Morag, Garlog Morag, Gurmilish Morag, Nian Oinyoig, Ciamar and Alioch, Nor
Beautiful singing there as always, and again the wonderful thing, Harston, that you can't see when you're watching at home, but I can see everybody that is on the call, and we're all swaying away in time here and singing along with the chorus. Tafel Gamod, Sileas, and we'll get Sileas back in a wee bit for some more tunes, but we're gonna head back down to Inverary. But just before we do, I'm seeing that Sileas, high praise here, 99 for Gaelic from Freddie McKenzie. So if you get that from a Herach, you're doing well.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yes, yep. What higher praise you won't get? Just beautiful. So tafel. This guys is Skripila again Yerura. We'll head back down to Inverary. I'm seeing that Agnes and Jake are ready and raring to go with some more tunes. It's lovely to just watch and hear you. What have you got for us this time around?
First, well, a set of reels. I think I'll be right in saying that they're all composed by Adam Rennie, a very famous fiddler.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about all I can say, but that's what we're going to give you first anyway.
Excellent. Shuatev, go for it.
Right.
Oh, wonderful. Do you know, I'm sitting here listening with a huge smile on my face because I just love listening to two of you. It's so natural. It's Ceilidh embodied. And I'm just seeing here in the comments, everybody else is saying the same thing. Colin Fisher saying, how can that not put a smile on your face? Great music as always from Peter. And Davy Patterson, Jake and Agnes, brilliant as always. There's something about the Muthi that it's got such a lovely lift to it. It lends itself so well to these tunes.
Yeah. I suppose we're always
wonderful.
Enough one way or another. That.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking at. When did you start playing the mouth organ, Jake?
Me, okay. Oh, well, I was playing it when I was wee, right enough. You know, was a wee. Well, I'm not very big yet, but I mean, I was playing it when I was wee, and then I never bothered after that. And then it was well, I'll be getting near 60. It was a man that you'll know very well, a man called Peter Sinclair.
Oh, indeed.
Was working over with me at Corn where I was working, and he was doing jobs there, and there was a barn dance. We're going to have a dance in the barn there, and various things. And after probably, no, I'm quite sure it wasn't, but there was maybe a wee dram taken and got him to get me a mouth organ again, you know, because I hadn't got one. And he brought that over, and I had a tune at the barn dance, and then we burned suppers and things like that after that. That was the kind of history of that, I think.
And you managed to persuade Agnes to play with you around the same time, or did that come a little later?
Well, after that, I was friendly with another man called Bobby Wilson that used to play at burn suppers and that, and we kind of came over to Inveraray and kind of picked up with Agnes and that with fine folk and that kind of thing. So, kind of one thing led into another.
Yeah. And am I right in thinking that you've recorded an album of tunes?
We did, but it was kind of by accident. What was happening with that was that we were playing at the Accordion and Fiddle Club in Inveraray, and there's, you know, at the end of kind of the nights there's one Christina Noble and Alistair McCart, Cairn people anyway. And they would come up once or twice and they'd say, I don't know whether I wasn't looking very well at that, but they say, we must get a recording off you. They think there's kind of, and I would usually say, oh, aye, we'll do that. And then they came up one night, this kind of went on for maybe months. They come in one night and said, now which night? We've booked the recording studio at Cairn, which day? We had choice of 2 days. That brought the sweat out. That's what happened. We got, unfortunately, Jack Delaney, the accordionist, was about. He was playing it. Well, Agnes knows him well anyway, and we got him involved, so that helped us a lot.
Yeah. And what was the title of the album? For anybody that wants to go have a good nosy, see if they can find it.
His Master's Muthi, I think it was. That's what it was called. There was a photograph of me and a dog looking at me. And that.
Oh, lovely. What more could you ask for? I'm just seeing here, Stella McIver's commenting, saying she remembers Agnes playing for country dances with John Renton.
That's right.
Yeah.
Lots of other bands do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well, we are so happy and grateful to you both for coming along. Thank you so much. Everybody at home is enjoying it as much as I'm having a great night just listening to you. So I do hope that you'll play us at least one more set.
Right, okay, well, I can't even remember. The Bonnie Lass of Bonaccord, the Lady Dunblair, hopefully, and Pottinger's Reel, I think. I mean, these names might not be totally accurate, but anyway. That's
I wouldn't tell if you would.
B flat.
Oh, fabulous stuff. Thank you so much, Jake Mackay and Agnes Liddell. And I was thrilled. I was waiting to see if we were going to get a Muthi swap, and we did in that last set, because I used to be fascinated when I was wee watching Jake going between them. I don't know how he swaps them over as quick as that. It's amazing. Thank you both so much for making it a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nisha, Chéili Shanigan Chain Adish. We're going to go back to the singing, I guess. I'm spoon you could get Calum Alec a half the legal Oren Yoga Nisha. Do you know Oren a gain Calum Alec?
Well, I mean, that's the year and year go off when you're in down. Galm on yen grain down, on yuri. Galm on yen grain down, Chris Mary Haller Warhound. O Kesok mon yen down, Gag me home taran. Strui nach Romis moigel, Auning laun kuri. Strui nach Romis moigel, Die Hesch ganz rike, so hielen grell, wie mich Sonntag. Nam ich akem se spre, Vin glekusta. Naming akem se spre, Viegviona esli. Bure yo in you hin, Schape Get aus in ras, Auning laun yuri. Get aus in ras, Atak ni fofran. Agus miskunsta, let oira kjuste. Vir mori kunta, vunta njuri. Vir mori lekrak, yes no in mochrak. Solach male marha, in tusho. Chanjelech kemarchil, Achim fiduni. Chanjelech kemarchil, Ach shematoch kunspre. Se Maria ranoniel, Teref brin prucha. Galav monien greinton, Tanyuri. Galav monien greinton,
Definitely, Calum Alec. I kind of mynd is meer van mijn brein ruft. Van mijn gra ga forstenach, so wou lies gejacht de hoekal aan een dache van cues, duidelijk Alec. Agus is de hoorste geglei, kjol, oren, dat is een jam noot.
Gedéire smí a tainkel smí a forsen gro mí as an héocha sin agus chanje bhain gro mahar well as an nachíach cuideoch as a choirs nach céin bheit páchas de dhéanne agus hu mí fólam súnréite fan na húltaine sin.
Lekiid. Agus na lochís chears go tarineach sa láhain sa
bheit Ha dunne haas de brínim dunne haas de cur teachgarch an thucum féinach le dhéanana cáil ile can féad gréimir na hárain agus háisih mí crunneach na fachcail san cuid can na hárain díar a fer bheith féinach go sin í dhéanú agus so am gopar sin an as fiachin na fachcail san bheith reinnar seach chláran so bríar choras céir fichiad áran so failure a hast.
And the Lochies are definitely still Gaelic rock stars out there. 7 albums worth of songs. It's going to take you a wee while to collect.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, yeah.
And I know that you released an album not that long ago, really, and it was all traditional songs from Lewis.
Yes, that's right. It's 4 years ago now, funnily. It's hard to believe. It doesn't seem that long ago.
4 years now, recently, and I guess in COVID scale, but...
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, it was one of these things I said I would do an album maybe 6 or 7 years later, finally did it. And yes, the songs are mainly from Point. Or certainly songs I got from my father. But yeah, there's and a lot of them are within the family as well. I'm fortunate to come from a family with a richness of bards. I'm not so hot on the songwriting myself, but I can draw down from that, and it was great to be able to research these songs and then to share them with that album.
Definitely, and do check it out if you don't have the album. It's wonderful, and I know you can get it online because we're also high tech nowadays, digitally downloaded or order from his website. Lots of ways to get your hands on the music. I guess. This is Calum Alec Ceilidh gafu un oren I lagain.
Ja, if you have meer oren Kaylee ile ballichin yeski bishu ule yol refresh, and please do sing along. Falch geferen ballichin yeski Gymryd taring se kjare viahik Kommer lapin jag katal jag beg Gufamir molien ordu Shetakune ballik nakjaran grötel Schinchere valash kun fjallak menuake Koiknin joshisher seljak jaune plusak Ulpakken kruje kjosen O falche guferen balliken jeski Gemmerek se tarin se kjare viahik Kommer lapin jag katal jag beg Gufami molien ordu Patiken galok nak jarigen jepen Beteku kaligen jaistruliani Patiken verach ek nishike shierik Fatem njereronai Falche geferen balliken jeski Gemmerek se tarik se kjare viahik Kommer lapin jag katal jag beg Gufami molien ordu Nam fein karistion chan yorin yechei Ach bohan bekrievel kleshiver vayraim Soles balchis achichrolei Gjaran bigdonis orsken O fáilte go fearan bailí go níosci, Gymryd sa tarig sa gari a bhíoich, Cwmyl la bíneach hatal a bích, Go fai mi mo lian yn ordw.
Tafflet Gamod. It is such a pleasure for us to hear that proper Siamar singing, and I know you'll be very, very welcome in the flesh at the next Taynuilt Ceilidh that happens.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, Mum will be on the phone. You'll be getting no peace to make sure you're there.
Great.
Really thank Calum
Here,
Alec.
thank you, Payne. Thank you.
Nisha, chili sin gonna heol, agus if I can give a box of Sileas she fihив or Jishal gus Portuga ila egal. So, Sileas, what are we doing? What are we dancing now?
Well, I think a Canadian barn dance. We're going to play a couple of 2/4 marches. So it's Tommy MacDonald of Bargallon and Mrs. MacDonald of Dunach.
I know I might be biased to Harston, but it is hard to beat a good West Coast style dance like that. What was all about? Nisha Heelis, we've been speaking a lot tonight about recording, doing albums. When are we going to see the Sileas Sinclair solo extravaganza?
That would involve me being organised, Joy. I don't think anytime soon. But yeah, well, I should give the choir a plug. We've got a choir album.
Oh, okay. And if people would like to find out more about Oban Gaelic Choir and their wonderful album, where do they visit?
On musicscotland.com. The Jean and Arthur that had the music shop here run the musicscotland.com website, and they've gone all online now, so you can get it from there. It's called Storis, and it's full of great old Argyllshire songs that we found in old books, and we hopefully brought to life again.
It is wonderful. And again, I'm not just saying that because it's from the songs are from Argyll, but it's a great album and definitely worth checking out. And actually, the Music in Scotland website has got such a wide range of albums and books and things. So go on, have a nosy and definitely support a local business. Nish Sileas Sinclair Porshnaga Ilagain.
Yeah, just a couple of jigs and a reel, I think, to finish off the music sets.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Tunes and playing there from Sileas as always, and do check out the Jura Music Festival this weekend if you want to hear more. Nes a chair sin hasin a channaig éid jerig a chéile hasin bulach dísel has ach from me jochar san halorari dunin jeet ille a higher genius days. I know we're kind of getting towards the end of the Ceilidh, but just wanted to say hello to a few more people who are listening. We've got James McDonald in Kinlochleven, Fiona McInnes watching in Tobermory, Jen McLaren living it in Bowness. She's really from Connell, but you know, she's left going to Bowness now. Jim McFarlane, Jane Miles, Rona Partridge again, Alistair McCouish. You can't beat it Taynuilt Ceilidh. More than thank from Alistair and Katrina, and they're both so supportive of our Ceilidhs coming up from Cardross every time. So lovely to see you here. Who else have we got that I haven't said hello to already? Murdo McRae, Elizabeth Stephen, lots of folk in there. It's lovely to have you. I guess Sinetar Ila Akin Reclinchin and Noch, I guess. What was us not Josie if you're Kujak at the East. Josie, you're so busy with different bands. I'm not sure if maybe the Taynuilt Ceilidhs will have heard much about Taynuilt. So tell us a wee bit about the band. Something a bit different again.
Yeah, so Taynuilt are named after Taynuilt for machine, and that's because they use electronics in the band. So it's a mix of the traditional and the electronic music, and they were a 4-piece band for a wee while, and then they got commissioned to do some Gaelic songs, and I came on board. It's just supposed to be the one gig, but it's been a few years now, so luckily they kept me.
And it's what I mean. I just think it works so well. The old and the new, the Gaelic songs and all the electronic music. It's fabulous.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. And it looks like you're enjoying it.
Yeah, oh we are. Yeah, I mean we're all pals and we all live nearby, so it's nice to be able to work with your best pals.
Definitely. And I meant to say earlier, you'll notice for our Gael folk, they like to know who you are. They like to know where you come from. And a lot of us are mod people, and many will recognise your mum, Avril, who conducts back choir. But is it Stornoway itself that you're from?
Yeah, pretty much like a couple of miles out of town. But you know, if you ask anyone, they would say that we're townies. So pretty much. So she takes Coisce Bach, and I used to go along with them, and I used to be at the mod with them as well when I was like in primary 1 upwards, and I used to sit in on all the rehearsals in the hotel. And I remember actually when the mod was in Oban, being in this wee hotel. I think I was in primary 3, and I would listen in, and whoever was the best singer, I would give them a prize. But it was just like a wee butter from the hotel table or whatever they had going. So daft.
Do Coisce Bach still try and bribe you every year to come and join them?
They sure do. Yeah, I've managed to make it along with them the once so far, and that was actually in Oban as well. So yeah, I love when the mod is there because my granny and my auntie are there. So
I mean, again, I feel like I say this a lot. It's not that I'm biased, but Oban is the best place for the mod.
It's great. It's the perfect place for the mod. It's got places to go, but it's not too big or too wee.
Yeah, everything is rolling distance.
Yeah.
I guess how's it in the beginning of open vote? Could you in a Gaelic agit, Josie? But how you go solmord nach Jackerson bliana?
Ach, Hanny Corona. So not quite a whole year, but.
Ha uavasach ma gavilu fiach rehumsach. And I know from somebody who learned, it is so hard when you're coming in, and it's great to see that you're working so hard on it. So cool.
It's a great thing to do.
It is. I mean, Salmore, a place that's very close to my heart. It is.
Yeah, me too. I miss it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. So just to warn everybody, next time you see Josie, favorite of Gaelic of Ria. So Josie, do you mean Oranila? Shut up.
I'm gonna sing a Lewis song for you now. It'd be rude not to. So this is An Chélan Mahua. An Chélan Mahua, An Yamal Hoi. An Chélan Sandoid mi maro, Faran doid mi smiog, Bonje fir Juan Rio, Svaman kin bjose faslish. An Chélan tua, An Chélan a fuor, Shelio es for mograie, Farnach klein mirim vio, Vishavak noviko, no avut nor tiren labosh. Nach Mishag drug, Gutor sochs fagroin, Wachig mi do mohuve, Noer choshi hijian, Krikor saranier, Suk torach et siam semona. Nosta Vituram Sachas Chan Allah Israel Chan Orin Misna Gukujok Moirai No Koshoch Getraes Senjilan Noa Enyemal Hoi Enjelan Snoi Mimaro Faranoid Mismiok On je fil Guandrio Svamanon Kim Joseph
Oh, beautiful song and beautifully sung too, Taffily, Josie. Nisha, tell us, what have you got going in the next wee while?
Oh, well, this is actually a funny week. I'm just here in cat sitting for some family. So I'm
You're living the dream, let's be
living it
honest.
up right now, hanging out with the cat all week. But music-wise, just lots of teaching on Zoom and all of the rest of it, and everything virtual for the moment, and a couple of wee commissions that I'm lucky to be working on. So lots of writing as well.
Oh, wonderful. And do keep your ear to the ground then. Josie's a wonderful songwriter as well as singer, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you produce. Very, very exciting.
Thanks so much, Joy.
Siwt, of course, I'm not gafu or Anila.
Nimishin, I'm going to finish off now with a wee set of Portugal. So thanks so much for having me, everyone, and it's been lovely listening to you all. It's a great way to spend an evening, so yeah, we're very glad to be here with you all. And I'll sing some well-known Ceilidh songs in here as well, some classics. So yeah, sing along and dance along. Mugunur shide, mugunur calico, mugunur shide, chatuarikin yanoche, mugunur shide, mugunur calico, mugunur shide, chatuarikin yanoche, chatuarikin frische, chatuarik senahere, chatuarik senrainge, achuarik senetulche, chatuarikin frische, chatuarikin Janoche, gedurig zijn ringen, achuerig zijn etteltje. Mugunur shide, mugunur calico, mugunur shide, gedurig in Janoche, mugunur shide, mugunur calico, mugunur shide, gedurig in Janoche, gedurig zijn jische, gedurig zijn nahere, gedurig zijn ringen, achuerig zijn etteltje, gedurig zijn jische, gedurig zijn nahere, gedurig zijn ringen, achuerig zijn etteltje. Ish goes a caldo, ish goes a caldo, school, corid. Ish goes a caldo, ish goes a caldo, school, corid. Happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, cold, very more than ever. Happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, cold, very more than ever. Ish goes a caldo, ish goes a caldo, school, corid. Ish goes a caldo, ish goes a caldo, school, corid. Happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, cold, very more than ever. Happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, happy heart with the pinchana, cold, very more than ever. प्यार मारे वामिनुरी ना मरहमिन प्याना प्यार मारे वामिनुरी फिर चिंगा मियोरी प्यार मारे वामिनुरी ना मरहमिन प्याना मारे वामिनुरी फिर चिंगा मियोरी होरो मुगली के न राइन मी होरो मुगली के ना nakamina mo waiting, oro mugulika na raimi, oro mugulika nakamina mo waiting, talia vami shirik theatre hurni, 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 oro mugulika na raimi, oro mugulika nakamina mo waiting, oro mugulika na raimi, oro mugulika nakamina mo waiting, oro mugulika na raimi, oro mugulika nakamina mo waiting, oro mugulika na raimi, oro mugulika nakamina mo waiting.
You.
Cheers.
You. Josie, je voorste bele shit voor Josie niet gunnen. Wel, Haarsen, sinna kef jerig arkeli, kiet me de time gave urile, son of naar kudjach. Appa get a horse to the mean, I guess I'm in dogs get the horse. Here's come out of Hageshak, I can tell. Thank you all once more for joining us for another virtual Kaylee. A huge thank you to our fabulous performers. We had Stuart Liddle, Sileas Sinclair, Calum Alec MacMillan, Josie Duncan, Jake and Aggie, and all. As always, a huge thank you to Simon Ciamar, who's working behind the scenes, giving himself a good round of applause there, keeping everything right. But most importantly, as always, thank you to you all for joining us. It really does make a huge difference to see you leaving your comments and knowing that you're with us. We will be back next month on the 19th for another Kaylee. We've got an excellent and quite different lineup for this one. I'm not going to tell you any more yet, so do keep an eye on our Facebook page. We'll leave you lots more information about that a wee bit nearer on the time. But Tapalive, Uad Ila, thank you all one more time. And I'm just going to ask Sileas to finish up by leading us in Sorry Live. Dankjewel voor Haarsen. Zit in het raast.